host. Introduce yourself, man.
Driver Dave Mitchell.
All
Hi,
right.
Mom.
All right. Well, hey, check it out. We did a major update with our website. You can go to checkeredflagshow.com. We did a huge update. You can watch all the past episodes in the archive files. You can also watch live right from our site, too. You don't even have to click anymore on the Go live stream. You can watch it right there. So a quick and easy way. Well, we had a
Ace has been working hard to upgrade things, make it easier for you guys. Thank you, Ace.
Hey, no problem. Well, hey, we had an awesome 2-day race here this past weekend at Dixon Speedway. We'll cover that a little bit later. It went pretty smooth this weekend, and I'm actually going to give a huge shout out to the infield track officials.
Yes.
They did really well. There was a 600 race in turn 2. Do you remember the name of the driver?
John Valerio.
Yeah, John Valerio's car. Actually, it was the first actual car fire of that type that they've had there, and yeah, I'm just really amazed of how they get the fire out, and they were on it. So
our old buddy Todd Kaiser was the guy with the fire extinguisher. He's the one who went and put it out.
Yeah.
So,
The driver's all right.
Yep.
So we'll let you know that. So
the car's not so good, but the driver.
Yeah. As long as we carry drivers. So
yep.
And again, huge hats off to the infield officials for their quick thinking. Boy, they were right on it. I mean, wasn't even barely a mere seconds before they were right on that car. So
they got it put out before he could get out.
Oh yeah, before he could
really
get out,
fast.
it was out. Well, there was 2 fires, and they were quick on both of them. So yeah, they had it out before he even got out. Oh, I want to welcome the V&H Fresh produce to our checkered flag team. Thank you so much, man. So be sure to check them out on Facebook. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to V&H Fresh, and also some of the stuff that they've done for Dixon Speedway too. They've actually helped. They donated some money
towards the brand new scoreboard.
Towards the brand new scoreboard, and we also get a brand new PA system, which as an announcer I'm excited about.
Yes, we might even be able to hear you then.
Yeah,
that'd be a good thing.
Right. Well, the V&H Fresh team unveiled 4 cars this past weekend. The number 72 600 multi, Dustin Sponsel, Nathan Bordonavi in the 600 multi. Blake McCordy, he's one of the V&H Fresh team.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure I got that right. Blake McCordy with the 600 wingless, and John Bordonavi with his 600 wingless. So they unveiled 4 this past.
Bordenave Senior drove with the wing.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, they had 4 cars this past weekend, so
yep.
I was pretty excited about that. Well, Ukiah Outlaw Carts, they're running on a limited basis this year over at. We do have confirmation they actually are running a limited basis, so about once a month on a Sunday. They got a lot on their plate with the paved track, so
yes.
Yeah, there's going to be that, and of course there's flat track motorcycles, which we're going to talk about a little later. Those are pretty exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, they race around an oval track, and
when the race car drivers sit around and talk about the crazy guys, we talk about guys that race motorcycles.
Yeah. Well, we'll cover that a little bit later tonight. We're going to go into our commercial break, and we'll be right back with our first guest.
Say nothing to it. We're just chit-chatting.
We're just chatting and having fun.
Good job, guys.
Anyway, we're not doing.
Live Pro Wrestling is coming to Lake County. Pacific Rampage Wrestling presents Battle by the Lake, Saturday, March 1st at the Lakeside Family Fun Center, located at 872 Lakeport Boulevard, also where pre-sale tickets are sold. For more information on ticket prices, call 707-701-1581 or visit www.pacificrampagewrestling.com. This show is also featuring all your favorite all-time superstars from California, such as the Golden Boy Dylan Drake, your favorite tag team, Pink Mink Inc., Will Rude, Marcus Lewis, Jekyll's the Jester, and many more of your all-time favorites. Pre-sale tickets are sold at the Lakeside Family Fun Center. This portion of the show is brought to you by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall in Clear Lake, right next to Grocery Outlet. Yaya's Coffee House has all your favorite hot, cold, to blended coffees. Shelby and Ashley and the gang are happy to serve you with whatever your heart desires from their new hot-looking menu. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. Come into Yaya's Coffee House for a family atmosphere today.
And of course, we'd like to thank our new sponsor, the V&H Fresh. So big thanks to V&H Fresh.
Thanks, Vince.
Yeah, thank you, Vince. Check out Vince Rosa on Facebook. Information for Vintage Fresh is on the Facebook, and we'll have a full ad up and ready for him next week. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, our first guest tonight, Taylor DiCarlo, daughter of one half of promoter for Dixon Speedway, Terry DiCarlo. She races a 250cc Outlaw kart. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about how you got started in the whole racing scene.
I always watched my dad race, and I wanted to race, so he just got me a car.
Yeah.
And I just started.
Right on. So your dad actually used to race. Your dad raced too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or used to?
And maybe a grandpa?
Yeah.
you got a
Uncle?
Yes.
Yeah. Whole family.
Yes.
Everybody's number 17, right?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Right.
Wow. And that's how you know what's significant is number 17, and today's the 17th. So, yeah. So you're her entire family race. So let's talk about your 250cc Outlaw kart.
I was scared at first, but then I just got used to it, and I love it now.
For somebody that's never seen a 250 cart, can you describe it?
It's small, and it has a big engine, and it goes fast.
There you go. That's a good description.
Yeah.
Fun to drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were pretty. You actually had some pretty fast. She was pretty quick this past weekend. She had some great fast times, and I'm noticing that you're actually really stepping it up in that kart too. So, how's that working out for you?
Good.
Yeah, and you got a win. Did you get a win over at
Ukiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a
Yeah.
championship win over Ukiah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment. So did you start out in a 250cc, or did you start racing
A beginner box.
you raced a beginner box like most have?
Yeah.
So describe the beginner box for people who've never seen one of those.
It's small. It has a little motor.
Smaller engine.
Yeah.
And more for littler kids, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, are they? It's more for like ages from like 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Race those. Do you remember what that experience was like for you when you first got behind the wheel and you sat down in that cart?
It was scary, but it was really cool because it was my first car.
Yeah. Right on. Do you got anything you want to ask, man?
Sure.
You go ahead and throw any time you can interrupt me.
Thank you.
You get tired of hearing me. Go ahead.
Sure. So are you in the points battle this year?
Yes.
Okay. How are you doing? What position are you?
First or second, I'm not really sure.
Well, that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Good job.
According to we actually have the points right here.
Well, there you
I
go.
wanted to talk to her about the point system. So we'll go to the see we have the 250s here. We have it. Oh, we don't have the 250 points. We don't have the 250 points. I have the 500s. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you is how does the point system work? There's a throwaway. So how does that work? Do you throw away a race or?
Yeah, you throw away your lowest points race, and I think it's for people like who missed a race to catch up.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's an old time system that's been around for a long
Yeah.
time. Works
Right.
well.
Right.
When's your next race?
This week at Ukiah. This
All right.
weekend.
So if anybody's looking to find out what a 250 is like, they can come to Ukiah this
Yeah,
weekend and
Yeah.
watch you racing one, huh?
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about how you did this past weekend. You actually did really well. You
Yeah.
kept it up there, and you actually were third in the main.
Yeah.
So tell us about that experience and.
It was hard because I was battling between Paulus Thackeray.
Yeah, he's a hard one
I
and
had
beating.
second for a couple laps, and then
Yeah, you
I
did.
went high, and he went under me.
Yep.
Right. So how do you
Yeah.
when you're out there racing and you're battling out like that? How do you what's the strategy you use? When you go on a crossover and you cut him, you just try to cut him off and stay out in front of him, or if he looks
I
for the low
either
spot.
try to go down below if he's going high. If
Yeah,
he just
okay.
goes up. Or if he starts going low, I just try to swoop on the top and just dive in front of him.
Pretty smart strategy.
yeah, it is. So you got quite a schedule this year at Dixon. You're racing every race at Dixon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna try to race any other track this year, or like
Um,
Red Bluff or anything like that?
Maybe when we don't have any races at Dixon, I'll try to go other places.
Right.
Who
So-
all works on your car?
Travis, he's my dad.
Travis Center?
Travis Jolliker.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that
okay.
Travis. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Travis.
And he's worked on my car since I first got it.
Right.
All
Your
right.
dad. Well, your dad is the one. He's one half of the promoters of for Dixon.
Yeah.
So how is it? Do you feel there's a lot of pressure there at all? Racing, having your dad watch you out in the infield, or
No, not really.
no?
Good.
There you go. Sweet.
Good.
I'm used to him watching me race.
Good. So we know when you're not racing, you're busy helping with the track to make sure everything goes smooth, and we appreciate all that you do.
Yeah.
And we saw you at the banquet.
Yeah.
You were great. Thank you very much for what you did for the little kids. That was very sweet of you.
Right. Right. Did you get any trophies yet this year?
Some in the winter series. I won once at Ukiah.
Yeah.
The first one in the 250s.
Right.
I won in the trophy dash. So then I just started out front in the main and pole, and then I just stayed in front.
Right on. Well, we had
Congratulations.
boy. I wished I'd remembered who was. They're gonna probably kick me for forgetting their name, but we had someone ask a question on Facebook. They wanted to know what your goals were. Are you gonna try to get into a sprint, or are you gonna stay with the outlaw card, or what's your long-term goals for racing?
After my 250, I'm going to go to my 600, and I'm going to put a restrictor plate in it and make it a 3/4, and then...
Okay. Oh, for the 3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would just go into a regular 600, and then I want to race at a modified or I forgot the name.
Is it a dwarf car? Did you like the dwarf car? Is there a mini stock maybe?
No,
They got them. I know they're running mini stocks.
So like an IMCA modified or a late model?
a
Like
late
your
model.
uncle? Like
Oh.
your Uncle Nick?
Yeah,
Are you trying to do it on dirt or paved track for that?
dirt.
Oh, okay. Want to stay in the dirt racing.
Keep the
And
dirt in your
then-
teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then later on, I want to go to NASCAR.
Ooh, there you go. That's definitely a good goal.
Yep.
And you got some people you want to thank. You got some notes of your own. Smart girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to thank my mom and dad, my crew chief Travis, and Jeff at Classic Powder Coating.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We know Jeff. He's
Yeah.
one of the track workers.
Yeah, he works the back stretch.
Yes, he does. We appreciate him, huh? Works
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show with us. We're going to do actually another commercial break before we get to our next guest, and I actually want to talk about the points here real quick too. So
Okay.
before we get to our next guest, so thank you for being on the show. We're going to have a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Don't touch. Well, I could say don't touch that channel, but I can actually. Well, okay.
Don't touch that mouse.
Don't touch the mouse or the web page. We'll be
Right.
back. All right.
Live pro wrestling is coming to Lake County. Pacific Rampage Wrestling presents Battle by the Lake, Saturday, March 1st at the Lakeside Family Fun Center, located at 872 Lakeport Boulevard, also where pre-sale tickets are sold. For more information on ticket prices, call 707-701-1581 or visit www.pacificrampagewrestling.com. This show is also featuring all your favorite all-time superstars from California, such as the Golden Boy Dylan Drake, your favorite tag team, Pink Mink Inc., Will Rude, Marcus Lewis, Jekyll's the Jester, and many more of your all-time favorites. Pre-sale tickets are sold at the Lakeside Family Fun Center. This portion of the show is brought to you by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall in Clear Lake, right next to Grocery Outlet. Yaya's Coffee House has all your favorite hot, cold, to blended coffees. Shelby and Ashley and the gang are happy to serve you with whatever your heart desires from their new hot-looking menu. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. Come on into Yaya's Coffee House for a family atmosphere today.
All right, we're back, and of course, I want to thank the V&H Fresh team, our new sponsor.
Yep.
We'll have
Thanks,
a full
Vince.
thing. Yeah, thank you, Vince. We'll have a full thing next weekend. Well, our next guest is Sky Thompson. Sky Thompson also races a 250cc Outlaw cart, and we've actually seen her move up as far as the skills are concerned. She really raced it hard this past weekend, by the way. Yeah. So, well, let's start right away with asking you, how old were you when you first stepped into a Outlaw cart?
I was 14, and I just started in July of 2013.
Oh, really? So this is new.
Wow.
And, something very unique about her is, unlike most of them who actually had the experience of starting early, of getting into
Through the beginner box.
beginner
ranks.
box. You actually started with a 250
I
cc
jumped
Outlaw.
right into a 250 this past summer.
Oh, this past summer, yeah.
All right.
So what was your decision on joining the racing, and of course for the Outlaw carts? So why Outlaw carts? There's all kinds of other racing out there.
Well, about a year ago, I started going and watching my friend Colby Juarez, 17J.
Oh,
I would
we
go
know
and
Colby,
watch him race.
friend of the show.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I've known him my whole life, so I would go out and watch him race. And one day, my dad was just like, "Hey, Sky, try out a cart. You'll love it." And I did. I went around a few laps on the track at Dixon, and I loved it. So,
Yeah. You
Dad
got to
was
test.
right.
That was your first place testing, though, is it Dixon?
Yep.
And then you went, and so then you started racing over in Ukiah.
No, I started racing in Dixon.
Well, started racing in Dixon, but you went. You tell us about that experience. What that experience was like for you, getting behind a wheel over there at Dixon, and then going to Ukiah, which is a shorter track.
Oh, it was a lot different because I was so used to the long track and going really fast. Then I had to go to Ukiah, find a whole new line. It was difficult, but it was fun.
Good.
Right on.
Challenging. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
And you're currently in the points lead right now, right? Sweet.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I've noticed this year that she actually has gained a lot of actually since she started in 2013, she's gained a lot of confidence. So tell us about that. You know, where did that come from? Just because you moved up pretty quick.
I did.
Yeah.
And I think it was just from experience, just being out on the track. And I've always kind of been around a racing kind of thing.
Right.
So it was kind of in my blood, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So do you do any other sports besides that, or?
No, I don't.
Not
Racing
currently?
is my only thing.
So let's talk about your 250cc Outlaw cart. What kind of that's the type of engine you run? Right. So tell us about your cart. You know, and about your
For somebody that's never
for
seen
somebody
one,
that's never
can you give
seen
them
one.
a
There may maybe
description?
people that have no idea what a 250 Outlaw is.
It's like a smaller version of a sprint car. Well, a
Yeah.
lot smaller, and it has a wing on it.
Right.
So it's fun. I love it.
Okay.
Right. Right on. You got anything you want to ask her? I got some more stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
So what would your long-term goals be? Where are you headed in racing?
I eventually want to move on to a dirt late model and then a
Ooh.
sprint car.
Wow.
But after that, it's just wherever I'm taken, whatever like comes to me that I want to do.
Right.
So,
Right on.
but
Great.
I do want to race the rest of my life. So that's something I really want.
There you
I
go.
want to do.
So you want to
Alright.
actually make a living out of it then?
Mhm.
Oh, sweet. Right on. And so let's talk about where you're racing next. Are you going to race Ukiah? This next on the 22nd?
I'm racing next week. Well,
Right.
this weekend.
Right on. So do you have a strategy going into the race this weekend for Ukiah?
No, I
Take
really
the win?
don't.
No.
I just
Go
I
fast,
test
turn
it out
left.
during hot
Right.
laps, and whatever works, and whatever
Right.
doesn't, I fix it.
Right. What's the man? There must be a lot of preparation time for these carts going into the races. You race week in and week out. You know. So now you're in Ukiah. You were at Dixon last weekend. So what's the preparation like for your cart during the week?
Oh, it's a lot of work, and
Yeah.
especially my dad helps me out a lot. He
Yeah.
teaches me how to work on my car. And
So are you actually learning how to do
Thanks,
the
Dad.
Are you actually learning how to do the mechanics on your car?
Mhm.
Oh, right on. There you go. So learn how to be
Yeah.
the mechanic and the driver.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the best way to go.
Right.
How many hours a week do you think you spend on the cart?
It varies each week depending on how much damage I do to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's true, folks. Believe me, that's
right,
true.
Right. So what's the cost to run something like that for someone who might want to get into it's your age that might want to get into a 250?
It isn't cheap. You have to have the car and the maintenance. I recently flipped my car about a month ago. We had to get a whole new wing, had to get the motor freshened.
Right. I
Make
was
sure
gonna.
it was okay.
That's in my notes. I was gonna ask you about that. You had quite a tumble on over in Dixon, on the back straight. Tell us about that.
It was fun, but extremely terrifying at the same time.
fun and terrifying.
At the same time, I was like, this is fun, but it was also like, oh no, my car, I can't race.
Mhm.
Yeah. Were you thinking were you too scared to get back into it, or were you
At the beginning, when I got back into my race after it at Ukiah, I wasn't as aggressive. I didn't go after it because I was scared that I was going to mess up my cart again.
Right.
So, but eventually by the end of the night, I got it back.
Right. I was gonna ask you what changed for you because I noticed that, like I said, you have gotten more aggressive in your racing. Well, she can get out there and race with the best, but she was actually the you won. Not only did she win the trophy dash, but she won the main too here at Dixon this past week. What was that like for you?
Fantastic.
It was,
Yeah, that was. She did some
it was
fantastic
awesome.
racing. Yeah.
That's a great feeling, huh?
Yeah.
Right. So, do you have anybody you'd like to thank? Sponsors? Are you going to be sponsoring your car right now?
I do. I want to thank WV Alton Sheet Metal and my dad, Independent Engineering. So they do a lot for me in my cart, and it means a lot to me.
Right. Right on. So, do they pay for things like the wheels, and did your sponsors pay for some of the stuff when you had the damage, or
Yeah,
how did
they
that work
do.
out? Yeah. What was the preparation like to get that car back up to par?
Oh, it took a long time.
I bet it did. Did you guys? Was there some frame? You had to do some framework, or
Yeah, I had
did
to
it-
get a whole new wing and a new wrap for it.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Did you miss any races?
No, I didn't.
There you go. That's what we do.
No, she didn't. She came back. She came back and had the cart ready. You guys must have spent countless hours, just hours and hours on those. And that's also something else that amazes me when I see these fathers that are, and the kids see with the fathers and the families are just so dedicated on getting you guys out on the racetrack and getting these carts. I mean, there must be little to no sleep for you for you guys.
Yeah, not very much.
Right.
Dedicated is the right word, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Racing is my life. So.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Right on. Like you said, it's in your blood. Well, hey, thank you for being on the show. We have another guest after this. We're going to go to our commercial break again because we have to pay for our bills here. And after that, we have Davey.
Davey
PV
PV House will be on.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Live pro wrestling is coming to Lake County. Pacific Rampage Wrestling presents Battle by the Lake, Saturday, March 1st at the Lakeside Family Fun Center, located at 872 Lakeport Boulevard, also where pre-sale tickets are sold. For more information on ticket prices, call 707-701-1581 or visit www.pacificrampagewrestling.com. This show is also featuring all your favorite all-time superstars from California, such as the Golden Boy Dylan Drake, your favorite tag team, Pink Mink Inc., Will Rude, Marcus Lewis, Jekyll's the Jester, and many more of your all-time favorites. Pre-sale tickets are sold at the Lakeside Family Fun Center. This portion of the show is brought to you by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall in Clear Lake, right next to Grocery Outlet. Yaya's Coffee House has all your favorite hot, cold, to blended coffees. Shelby and Ashley and the gang are happy to serve you with whatever your heart desires from their new hot-looking menu. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. Come on into Yaya's Coffee House for a family atmosphere today.
All right, we got our next guest, Davey PV House. Good afternoon, man.
Good
Thanks for
afternoon.
being on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for
Thank
coming,
you.
Davey.
Not a problem.
And thanks for bringing the guest. This was your guest that you brought on
Yeah.
for us,
Yep.
man.
We
So
raced
thank
with
you.
him.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
You should
raced
be
with
our
him.
official booker for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Davey is gracious enough to join us here tonight on the Checkered Flag Show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Let's start with telling us a little bit about how you first got into racing.
Oh man, it was 42 years ago. It's at the old
To the day?
To the day. Well, pretty much to the day. Season
Okay.
started. I've been going since the old San Jose Fairgrounds, the old hard tops. Watching Johnny Brazil, Howard Kading, Marshall Sargent, Earl Stanton, a whole bunch of Nick Ringo Sr.
Sure.
The good old days. And then eventually we got into racing.
Okay. So how did that start?
We had my dad's friend. They also raced 600s. TJ Fletta.
Okay.
His dad came over, brought us out to race quarter midgets, and it just happened from there. We started racing. Now we're racing with Ricky Williams, Emily Williams,
Sure.
Danny Rosendorf. We raced with Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Vassar, Mike Bliss. There's a whole book of people we raced with. So we just stayed in. You know, took a few years off, but now we're back.
So during that time, I imagine you've been around a few different types of race cars.
Sprint cars, dragsters, yeah, pretty much.
What's your favorite?
Sprint cars,
Yeah,
by far.
gotcha. Gotcha.
So you own. You actually you're not racing. You actually own some cars that you're managing. Is that how you want to say it?
Yeah, managing. I'm gonna race a couple races, you know, just for the heck of it. But I got Timmy DiCarlo. I'm gonna race out of Dixon, and Derek Overcamp out of Stockton.
Oh
Friend
yeah.
of the show, Derek.
Yeah.
Overcamp.
Derek, who we've had on the show. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great driver.
So what would you say was your best and your worst finish in racing?
Worst finish is not making the main.
Sure.
My best, probably the first night I ever bought the car from Lloyd Hammond and Brian. Our first race ever, we finished second out at Dixon. And it was
Wow.
the kind of thing, me and my brother and Jim were on the way to the track, and I told him, you know, what would be the odds we go to the track and finish, you know, we win the race. You know, we won the heat race. We came in second, the second one. The dash, we kind of dialed ourselves out. Then we redialed back in
Done
and finished
that.
second, at, you know, second place. First time, wasn't bad.
That's fantastic.
But we run them well at Dixon.
Shout out to Brian Hammond too, by the way. Hope
Yeah.
you're doing good, bud.
Hope you get well, buddy.
Yep.
Oh, was it?
He was the one last year at Delta that took
Oh.
that bad flip in the front
Oh,
straight,
yeah,
broke his
yeah.
neck and
Yeah.
his back.
Yeah. He's still recovering.
Well,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
done good out of his
Yep.
halo.
Oh, there you go.
He's recovering. Don't know if he's going to race again. He wants to, but
Right.
He's got a new wife, and she's
yes.
a
Yeah,
little
she's-
hesitant.
Yeah. she's probably like, yeah,
Understandably.
we don't want you racing. Don't want you racing. You're gonna all break your neck. You know. Yeah.
What-
One of those things.
Well, she told me one time at the races that maybe I ought to quit coming on Brian's bad luck. The night she didn't come, Brian went up and end over in
That's right. Got hurt.
and got hurt.
So,
So maybe
yeah.
she was the good luck.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
So what gives you the most satisfaction in racing?
The people around, the rush, you know, all the hard work, trying to chase the car. You know, what's the track going to do, you know? Being confused all night. You know, hope you get it, because you never know, you know.
I thought that was my story. Your story too, huh?
Well, dirt racing, we all should be the same story.
Absolutely right.
It's a little different. I think being a car owner and not racing, have someone else race it for you. You must have to build a lot of trust.
Yeah, it's a lot of trust, you know, to see my, you know, my investment out there, someone else in it.
Yeah, it's your money you're putting
You
in
know,
the car. So
I'd rather be in it, but at the moment I can't. But
yeah.
it's still kind of self-satisfying, you know. When he's out there doing good, I did good.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a gratifying feeling when you know the car you've you're letting somebody use, they've took a win and
yeah. Well, it's, you know, trust on
racing
both
great.
sides.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
trust him to drive
yeah.
it. You know, and Timmy DiCarlo is a great driver. You know, our first year racing, I think we spent $1,200. You know, been a couple front ends
Yeah.
here and there. Second year, you know, cost a little more, blew the motor and that, but
Yeah, I've called a few races that he's raced. Yeah, he's
good driver.
pretty
He's
good. He's a
real-
good driver.
real
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
You know, not very many of them are like that.
No, yeah, the only thing I can say about him, he is a very intelligent
Yeah.
driver. Yeah.
We're happy to have him.
I'll bet. So where would you like racing to take you?
Where would I like to take me?
Yeah.
I like to eventually, like I said, we're looking to expand to 2 cars, a multi and a non-wing, go to the Oklahoma shootout and win the Nationals and groom the next Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart.
Oh.
Very nice. That's
One
an
day.
admirable goal.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
day we'll achieve
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
Well, what's the cost to get up there to the Oklahoma thing? Bro, it's thousands to start, isn't it?
Well, it depends. If you have a driver like Timmy DiCarlo, it doesn't cost a whole lot because he takes care of the car.
Yeah.
But it could cost you, I mean, you can spend 10, 20 grand easy. Depends how many motors you build and stuff.
Right.
So,
The thing that I've always found amazing is the sponsors and advertisers that come together that, put their information on these cars and.
Well, they're getting their money's worth too. They're getting
Oh, yeah.
exposure they can't
Yeah.
get anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's good exposure, you know. Especially, a lot of guys like Derek, he does a lot of car shows, put his car out there in front of stores. So when you walk by a store, you go shopping, you walk in, what's this? A little mini sprint, where do they race?
Yeah.
It draws more crowd, you know.
Yeah, it's great publicity.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the funniest thing that you've ever experienced in racing? And then tell us about the scariest thing you've ever experienced in racing.
Probably one of the funniest is, I would say I was probably maybe 13, 12. So my brother, we're just, little teenagers. We're at the old San Jose Fairgrounds, and it's kind of the most memorable too. Is Loey Beard won his last race ever before he passed away. and Sandy Davis from Trophy City, but he went into the infield and didn't come out because at the fairgrounds they pulled in the front stretch and he did their trophy presentation.
Right.
Well, he didn't come out. He went straight to the pit, so she got mad and threw the trophy down.
Oh, geez.
And they stepped on it, broke it in half, and me and my brother picked it up.
Oh,
So we tried to give it back, but they told us to keep it for memorability and stuff. So it's something special to me.
I'll bet. So you
Yeah.
still got it?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. That's pretty cool.
I'll never get rid of it.
Right. What was the scariest experience?
When I was racing quarter midgets, we went up to Washington for the Grand Nationals, and it was a weekend show, and I think it was either a Thursday or Friday night in the main event. We were all up battling for the front. A guy put me in the wall. It went up on two wheels and slammed the wall head on head.
Ouch.
Little kid, it hurt.
Sure.
But you got to get back in it.
Yeah.
That's probably the scariest. Wasn't fun.
Gotcha.
Do you when something like that happens? I've asked this before, and some drivers have said no, and some said yes. You do. So do you really do this? You don't hang on to the wheel, like when the
Do
car's
the
gonna
Danica?
when the car's gonna flip.
Well,
do you do the Danica? Because that's what
That's a smart thing to do.
she claims that's the veteran move. You put
that's the best thing to do.
you
That
don't
way
hang onto the wheel
your
and go for
hands
the
don't
ride.
fly out.
Yeah,
Or if you hold the wheel and the wheel turns, you break your wrist.
yeah.
But
Or
to be
thumb.
honest with you, I really couldn't answer that,
Right.
because it happens
that's
so
cool.
fast, you don't really pay attention.
Yeah.
But if
Exactly.
But thank goodness they have all that safety gear. I've gotten a chance to look at the inside of those cars, and you get the harness. Your head has absolutely no movement at all.
Well, see, when I started racing, we didn't have that. We just had a lap belt.
Oh.
And we used to hang out the side of the car. We had no Hans device or nothing.
Wow.
So it was a little different. Technology came a long way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank God.
That's the one thing that never ceases to amaze me about these open cars that I call and they run at Dixon. I've seen these guys fly out of the car and take a tumble.
Yeah,
I mean, you're from the waist up. You don't have any protection other than something around the neck. But
See, when I grew up, there was no such thing as go-karts on dirt, But it
Really?
is pretty cool racing. I
Yeah.
like it.
yeah,
Yeah, they're fun to watch. Put
It
on
was
a
all
great
asphalt
show.
back in the day.
yeah, they're fun to watch, and they're also a lot of fun to call too.
Yeah, they're pretty fast.
And
Yeah.
fun to drive, too.
Yeah,
I haven't drove.
Testify
I
to
haven't
that.
drove one yet.
No.
But Timmy has an outlaw cart, and he said I could drive it one day.
Oh.
So just one day I'm going to get in and try it. But his cart's fast. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're trying to get me to what's his name is trying to get me to the number 9. Oh, what is his man? I'm so bad at names. Was trying to get me to test his car. Hey, you got to get behind the clone because he said they're just like regular go karts.
Kerry Crawford.
Well, the difference, I know the sprint cars are hard to drive and stuff, but the go-karts are like out of control.
Yeah.
You're getting sideways down the
Are
street.
they hard? They're harder to maneuver because they're
Yeah, he
smaller.
said, well, you hear them when they go down the street. You
Yeah.
hear them, "Rah, rah, rah," they're bouncing up and down off
Yeah.
the ground. So what I hear, they're harder to control,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I wouldn't say harder, but certainly different. In my
Yeah.
experience, it's certainly different. They both have their pluses and minuses, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
well, there's no minus in racing,
Well, okay.
except when
Good
you've got to
point.
pay the bill. But,
Right.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
as long as you ain't paid the bill, it's all plus.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, tell us a little bit about some of the people that have inspired you in your racing and given you who have been some of your role models.
Well, most definitely, my family, all the encouragement they gave me. Howard Kading, I've always wanted, because he won so many races, I always said, one day I'm going to do that. Tony Stewart, because I just admire where he came from. A lot of people, don't understand the background, where he came from to where he is now.
Yeah.
He went from sleeping on the couch to nothing to paying to get a ride and winning a big midget race, and now he's a big hero,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, some of the fans, and people that don't understand racing, I should say, don't realize what goes into it. It looks all. It's fun. It is. There's the glitz and glamour when you have the win, but they don't
Yeah.
realize the work that goes into it.
It's a lot of work, just not the car. You got to be, properly prepared, the right tools, this, that. There's a lot more than just a race car.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's like anything that's worth having. It takes some hard work to get it.
That's
And
true.
wins in racing are that.
Well,
Yeah.
Hard
if
work.
you don't put in hard work, you don't have fun.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And
Right.
and there's sometimes you got it. You really you have to have a heart for this because I've seen guys that have. They'll have like one good year and they'll have a really good year and then they'll have 2 or 3 of just nothing and not getting any wins and things happening and So you know, a chain popping or
Well,
a
it's easy.
transmission going. You really have to have a lot of heart.
It's easy to get discouraged, you know. There were times we were at Dixon, we were running through the field, you know, catching the first, second place, and
Yeah,
we'd break a chain. You know, it's discouraging, but
Yeah.
you know, that's racing. If it could, you know, Murphy's
See-
Law. If it can, it will.
Yeah, so you never find yourself, oh man, I'm just like, I just
Never
throw
comfortable.
throw in the wrench.
You know, you could be leading the whole race coming out of turn 4 and spin out. I've seen that happen. You know, I've seen a wreck right before the front straight. You know,
Yeah.
It's just you never know what's going to happen until you cross that line.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Still a lot of, you know, but you know, you own the car. You know, it's probably a little different than the driver.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, okay, come on. Every lap, hope it don't break, hope it don't break, hope it don't crash. You know, you got 100 things going through your mind. And at the end of the race, we rolled into the trailer. You know, we're happy.
Yeah.
So you said that you're trying to bring on a second car.
Yeah, we're trying to bring
Expand
on
your
a
team.
non-wing 600.
Okay. So to do that, you're going to need more sponsors.
Yes, definitely.
What are you offering to potential sponsors?
Well, I want to, if we're looking for sponsors that one where we could help them and promote their business, like now we just, we went out of the way and got a new motor builder. You know, I know Gordon Saros and or Steve Hamlin. And we went to a guy named Joe England from England Speed Shop. You know, came and gave me a half sponsorship, built me a beautiful fast 600 GSXR 600. You know, but you know, I kind of like to, you know, let him have the car when we're not racing for display to
There
draw
you
more
go.
people to it. You know, so it's not really for me to, you know, yeah, they give me money to race, but what can I do for them to bring in business for them?
Yep.
You know, do car shows, you know, and stuff, and have fun. That way, it's a win-win for everybody. They get rich, and I enjoy it.
There you go.
How did your team do this past weekend?
We didn't race it. We're waiting on the motor.
Oh, you didn't? You guys
no,
didn't race?
no, we
Oh.
got actually we got
Still got the motor coming in.
we got a Yamaha on our 600 non-wing, and we're waiting for that to come back.
Okay.
And my 600 Suzuki still being built. So
Yeah.
hopefully we get back in a couple of weeks and get some testing in it.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. But they've got quite a schedule at Dixon. I think we're running. Looks like we're running every weekend throughout the summer. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna be a busy summer, but I'm excited.
big
Well,
cars
Pumped,
one
I'm ready
week,
for it.
small cars next week. Big
Hopefully we
cars
can
one
make it
week,
up.
Yeah, they're
small
going to
cars
alternate
next
between
week.
big cars. And, like I said, I'll talk
Yes.
about that in the schedule later on. But they're going to alternate between the Outlaw carts and the
Dixon Speedway's staff is never going to get to rest.
no.
No, it's pleasurable when we go. I enjoy going. It's friendly, you know.
It's a lot of
Good
fun.
atmosphere.
You know, I say this, it's a lot of fun, and I felt like I was instant family when I got there and started
Yep,
working
it's
there.
where families come to race.
Yeah.
You know, just not the promoters, but the drivers that go there.
Oh yeah.
You know, they
Yeah,
just
exactly.
everyone's just so friendly, and the track's awesome. You know.
Yeah, and the improvements they're making, and I was really impressed with. Wait, they must not have gotten any sleep at all this past weekend. We got there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they had already had the track. They had already started with getting the track scraped, and you know, because it had rained a little bit on Saturday.
Right.
We got to a couple of cells, and we were
Well-
able to make it through all the races. But boy, they must have started at dark 30 because I was there, and they'd already had the track. Already started scraping the track. So
That'd probably be Jeremy.
yeah, that'd be Jeremy Prince. Yeah.
He's a great
what it
track
takes,
preparer
you
guy.
know?
Thank you, Jeremy.
And then after the rainout weekend, they were out there pumping the water out. So
Yep.
Well, you know, people, the car owners, drivers, crew, we all put a lot of time into it. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, a lot of people forget about the track promoters.
Yes.
They put countless hours into
Oh,
the track to get
yeah,
it going.
yeah.
You know.
yeah, it was funny, and I'll say it. I was having a little conversation with Terry earlier, and I was like, hey, you know, now I know what it's like to promote, because, you know, getting ready for this show, I had to tell. He says, oh, no, you don't. He says, I spend way more hours than you do, which is true.
Yep.
So,
Yep. He's
Yeah.
always available on telephone or
yeah,
answer a question.
it's a never-ending job, you know.
Second job, huh?
Yeah.
365 days a year.
Yeah.
Second and third job, he says.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not racing, you're building it.
Yeah.
So it's always something.
Yep.
Right.
I got to work on my car a little bit earlier today before I came to the show, so I can relate.
But you never get tired of it. You know?
No,
No.
no.
Right. So, do you work on the car? Do you get to work on any of those cars that
Oh yeah.
you get to do some of the mechanics, or
Yeah. Well, me and my brother do most of the work on it because they stay at our house. So
Right.
we do most of the work. Then we get to the track. You know, Timmy and them help out and stuff.
Right.
My dad comes up and all that. So
So I had some people ask me some questions on Facebook, and I got to realize that we possibly have some new fans. I wanted to talk about the 600 sprints and the micros and how they differ from the 350s. Because one of the fans asked me, oh well, a 350 and then a 600.
360.
So, a 360.
Yeah.
Yeah,
360.
360 sprint.
well, you got a 410, 900 horsepower. 360 about 600,
Oh yeah.
and then a little mini sprint about 120.
Right.
You know, power.
Yeah. What's the size difference? Is it like one half? Is it like half the size or? What's it?
No,
No, it's
closer
probably,
to 2/3.
Oh, closer
yeah,
to 2/3. Yeah.
it's not that. I mean, it's not that much smaller, but
Yeah.
a little less room in the car. But
Yeah.
you know, the sprint cars we sit more upright. So instead of the feet going to the front, they're kind of like driving a car.
Yeah, I think it's a great. I think it also kind of serves as a great starter program for those who do want to get into a bigger that are racing.
Well,
Want to get into a bigger sprint. You got kids like Matthew Kaiser. I mean, he's ready to get out of the three quarters and restrictor.
We get, you
Yeah.
know, there's some great guys that came
Yeah.
out of, you know, the mini sprints. You had Dominic Selzy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we got one of the best in the sprint cars. You know, probably one of the best in the U.S. Tim Kading
Yep.
Yeah.
came out of it. You know,
Yep.
there's been a lot of good drivers.
Dominic will be a guest in the next couple of weeks, and Tim's dad's going to be a guest here real soon.
Oh, really?
So,
Brent.
And I guess I was the last to know on that one.
Yep.
Huh? Yeah.
not fully scheduled yet.
Not okay.
So.
Yeah, I was one of the lucky to watch them from him that all grew up. From, you know, little kids all watched the whole Kading family. It's been a pleasure. You know, they're all good.
Most famous racing family from San Jose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably the winningest
Yep.
that I know of. I mean,
Derek's got a lot of wins, so he might have that claim.
well, he might be the single winner.
Yes,
but
he is.
if you take him and the whole family might have him beat.
Yep, you're probably right.
Just too bad Derek couldn't get out there in the big outlaw tour and see, because he could drive.
Yep. Well, he's not dead yet. He's still
No.
trying.
No, it's going to be a pleasure to put him in the car and see what he could do. I'm excited for it.
He's a great guy.
Yes, I do like Derek.
So are you going to be running are you going to run Dixon? You're going to try to run Delta and other tracks, or were you?
I kind of like to run Dixon the most, but
Yeah.
I kind of want to run other tracks to,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, to kind of feel what's out there. Because our goal is to make the shootout this year. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully we make it. You know, there's a lot of cars, you know, but eventually my goal is to go to the shootout and win it.
Yeah.
That's my goal one day.
Right on, man. Well, there you.
Anybody that you'd like to give thanks to?
Well, I'd like to thank Joe from England Speed Shop, Taco Bravo, KPR, of course, Dixon Speedway and the DeCarlos, you know, putting on a wonderful track and, you know, always good to us, you know. And
KPR, friend of the show. Thank you, Kenny.
Paul Wilson Enterprise and Feather Haven Feed, you know, Timmy DeCarlo store and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And, of course, you know, my mom and dad and my brother
Gotcha.
and the friends that do help. You know.
Where are you going to be racing next?
Well, we're going to try, hopefully, we get one of the motors back that maybe towards the end of the week we could hit Dixon. So we'll see.
March 8th for the play day?
That's a goal at least to have my multi one out there, but hopefully we get the non-wing out way before that.
Good.
So we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Davey, for
Yeah.
being
Thank
here.
you.
We
Thank
appreciate
you so much,
you,
man. Yeah, we appreciate you being
Yeah,
on the
I
show.
enjoy it.
Yeah, we gotta cut to another commercial break before we come back because we gotta pay bills here. So.
Yep. We'll see you in the
Yeah.
dirt.
Yes, sir.
All right, see you in the dirt.
All right.
Live pro wrestling is coming to Lake County. Pacific Rampage Wrestling presents Battle by the Lake, Saturday, March 1st at the Lakeside Family Fun Center, located at 872 Lakeport Boulevard, also where pre-sale tickets are sold. For more information on ticket prices, call 707-701-1581 or visit www.pacificrampagerwrestling.com. This show is also featuring all your favorite all-time superstars from California, such as the Golden Boy Dylan Drake, your favorite tag team, Pink Mink Inc., Will Rude, Marcus Lewis, Jekyll's the Jester, and many more of your all-time favorites. Pre-sale tickets are sold at the Lakeside Family Fun Center. This portion of the show is brought to you by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall in Clear Lake, right next to Grocery Outlet. Yaya's Coffee House has all your favorite hot, cold, to blended coffees. Shelby and Ashley and the gang are happy to serve you with whatever your heart desires from their new hot-looking menu. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. Come on into Yaya's Coffee House for a family atmosphere today.
The commercializing. All right, we are back. You're gonna hang with us for the rest of the
Yeah.
show.
Hey.
Hey, right on.
Glad to.
Right on, man.
Thanks to V&H Fresh. Thanks
yeah,
for coming on
thanks
board
to,
the Checkered
thanks
Flag
to B&H
Show.
Fresh. Well, we have the recap to go over. We had an awesome 2-day weekend. We had a couple of rain cells we got past for a Saturday night, and you actually wanted to give a shout out to one main event winners. The V&H, speaking of V&H Fresh,
Right.
they had a great yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
awesome for them on Saturday.
John Bordenave
Had a
won
great
the winged
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
I didn't see who won the non-winged. I was still busy trying to get my car in it, so.
Yeah, I know.
missed that one.
I didn't have that part of the my lap. So.
Right. So.
Well, yeah, we had a pretty busy weekend this weekend. It was pretty awesome. You know, the 2-day race and yeah.
Nothing better than the 2-day races.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. All right, well, we start with our junior sprints. Maddox Salmon actually got the win for the junior sprints.
There you go.
Yeah, Colby Romero came in number 2, and Dylan Bloomfield at number 3. These are for the junior sprints. These are dashes.
Right.
Yeah, let's go to the mini stock dash. Kyle Cheney, the number
Tearing
13.
it up.
Yeah, he really is tearing it up.
Winning everything lately.
Yeah. You know, there was only a couple of mini stocks, but they actually really did deliver a lot of excitement.
Yep.
So, yeah, and then Danny Aves, is that how you pronounce Aves?
Sure.
Yeah. I
Sorry
guess
if we're pronouncing it wrong.
I
Call
guess
in
we'll
and
go
tell
with
us how
that,
to
yeah.
pronounce it.
Yep. Then the dash, we have Keon Shaw won the dash, and with the number 92, Danny Carroll in the 6DU, Anthony Valerio.
Yeah, the one that caught on fire.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
he did.
poor guy.
Yeah, it wasn't a total. It wasn't a total bad weekend for him. He came in 3rd.
Yep.
Ryan Timmons in the number 29.
And Blake McGordy,
Yes, Blake McGordy.
one of the V&H cars.
V&H cars, yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
so we have that from...
I like that Ryan Timmons. That kid, you know,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
he didn't grow up racing, but he got every book he could possibly get to read up on it, to learn the technology of the car. That kid is real smart.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yes,
really
he's real
intelligent. You
smart.
could tell
Yes.
that he really does know his car. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what
Yeah.
takes to be good drive. You know, a lot of people can get in a car and drive, but if you know how the car works from, you know, rear bumper to front bumper,
Right.
you know, it makes it easier when you come in to help the crew chief adjust the car. It makes them for a better driver.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That extra effort pays
Yes.
off. Yep.
Right. Well, Scott Holloway, Dan Hatfield, and then second, number 3, Dave McKinnon. And we're going to go to the Outlaw Carts, beginner box. So obviously,
This was from Sunday.
This is from Sunday. Riley Jepson took the win Sunday. Riley Jepson, yeah, he has a pretty hot-looking car, though. Have you seen the Monster Energy looking car, the 184? Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, that car is pretty shiny. But yeah,
Yep.
he took Kylie Keon, she came in at number 2. Kylie Keon, by the way, who is the current
Points
points
leader.
leader. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's really. There's another one that's really stepped up, and I've seen gain a lot of confidence. And then of course, Gage Haston at number 3, number 4, Clinton Andrego.
Our old
The
buddy
250
Clinton.
dash. Guess who won? The 127T. Sky
Sky Thompson,
took the win
yay.
for the dash for the 50s. Yeah. Hollis Thackeray.
Yep.
And came in at number 2. And that was quite a battle that those two had between her and Hollis Thackeray.
Only because she got around Taylor DiCarlo. Yay, Taylor.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of difficult to get around Taylor, wasn't it? Yeah.
She's doing her job.
Yeah, Taylor DiCarlo in 3rd.
Yep.
Ellie Russo in the number 27 in 4th. Kayla Haney in 5th. Brody
The
Armstrong
bully.
in 6th. Yeah.
Brody the bully.
Oh, and by
coming
the
in
way, at the
6th.
top of the hour, I was going to talk about it, and I totally forgot. But I have a huge shout out for little Eddie. Actually,
Little Eddie St. John.
Little Eddie St. John
Uh-huh.
got to test the arm trout car.
Well, it used to be Arm Trouts. They
It used to
bought
be arm trouts. Yeah, well, no, so the old arm trout car is what I meant. Yeah, it's they are going to obviously change the paint scheme and everything, and yeah, but it was great because you may like this. I don't know if you realize that you have a mascot, and so does he. He has Tigger.
Good.
Because
Good. Love that.
Let me tell you what happened with the whole Tigger thing. You're gonna like this because he noticed his car was bouncing and it was kind of scaring him. So so the mother, put the Tigger in there, and she said that Tigger, Tigger's bounce. Well, whatever happened worked because then he didn't get quite on the track yet, but towards the end of the night when everyone was leaving, he actually ended up driving around the pit area,
Good.
and you could tell he's getting more confident now. So
Good.
he's getting used to the car. So.
Good.
A big shout out to Eddie. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, junior dash. Bryson Benencourt took the win in the 15B.
Betancourt's definitely a racing
Yes,
family.
yes, he is. Brody Armtrout in spot. Brody the Bully Armtrout in spot number 2. Bryson Benencourt. Boy, I tell you, Armtrout isn't easy to beat. So yeah.
For sure. Good
Tanner
equipment.
Thomas in spot number 3. Hope Chavez in number 4, and Michael Chavez in 5th. The open dash for the opens, Sean Burr, and then Charlie Giannini. There was several Gianninis there at that. Yeah. But Charlie Giannini took the win in 500 dash. Dean Friedis Jr. took the win. Hats off. Sierra Furia came in at number 2. And by the way,
Good.
she actually won
Friend
her,
of the show.
and she won her heat dash. We have had her on the show. She won her heat dash too. So
Her heat or her dash?
no, her heat. Well, her heat.
Heat,
Heat
okay.
dash. Yeah. Yeah, that's like Chris Annis at spot number
Oh, boy.
3. Yeah, he had
Another
a rough,
friend of the show.
another friend of the show. He's another one that. Oh man, that
He's a hard-working young
he
man.
is a hardworking young. He's another one that has the can do, not give up
Absolutely.
attitude. Because he's had quite a few things, and of course he lost a tire, and then came back third after losing the tire. So
Well, I believe failure is not an option.
That's
no,
right.
no, exactly
That's
not.
right.
You know, if you believe in failure, you're not going to be good.
Yeah, Riley Matson in 4th.
Our old buddy Riley
Yeah,
Matson.
our buddy Riley 21D, Darian Bellastrini in 5th. Now going with the mains, Riley Jepson came back again and won the main.
In the beginner box.
Yeah, in the beginner box. Yeah, we're in the beginner
Nice.
box. Thank you. Gage Haston in spot number 2 and number 3, Kylie Keown. Great job. James Bum in number 4 at the top 5, Clinton Andrago. Let's go down to the 250 main. Great night for her, winning the main event, the 2017
Sky Thompson,
Woo,
yay!
woo, woo. Yeah. Hollis Thackeray. And number 2, again, boy, she had to get around Hollis Thackeray. And he
Yep.
didn't make it easy, but she
Right.
did. She got around him. Taylor DiCarlo
Yay,
in spot
Taylor.
number 3. Cameron Haney Jr. in 4th. Ellie Russo in 5th. Speedway Kart main, Lonnie T. Cat in the number 14. Lonnie T. Cat taking the boy. He's
Every time he's
Because
there, he's fast.
every time he's there, he is
Yep.
fast.
And
yeah.
very nice guy.
He was running a 12.092, by the way. That was his time around the track.
That's
so.
a flat cart, folks, with no
A flat. That's
protection.
fat and,
no
and
protection.
with no protection and no roll balls and nothing. That's pretty quick.
Yep.
Scott Smith.
Our old
A
buddy Scott
12.162.
Smith.
Scott Smith came in at number 2. Anton Giannini in 3rd. Ed Nave in 4th. And in 5th, Mana Saidara. Junior Outlaw main. Not a bad night for Brody Armstrong winning the
The
main
bully.
event. Yes, Brody the Bully Armstrong. Bryson Benacourt in number 2. That was some real good side-by-side racing right there, though. Yeah, they were really
Exciting.
Yeah, they were really exciting, really battling it out. Tanner Thomas, number 3, number 4, Michael Chavez, Hope Chavez in 5th. Let's go down to the Speedway Open main. Richard Torzilli took the win. Scott Morgan, number 2. Tim Parker, number 3. Sean Burr in 4th.
Those are the clones.
Dan Puretti, yeah, clones, right. Dan Puretti,
Yeah.
who we've had on the show.
Our buddy.
Yeah, number 5.
He was on the
raced
show last week, and
Yeah,
he's a track worker at Dixon sometimes,
500
too.
mains. Big hats off to Riley Matson. Taking the 500 main win. Alex Justison, spot number 2. Friedis
Another
Jr.
friend of the show.
Yeah, another friend of the show. Friedis
Yep.
Jr., number 3. Number 4, Darian Bellastrini, another friend of the show.
Yep.
Yeah, he's contacted us. He's had some conversations with me on Facebook. Love to get him on the show here. That is Chance Hawkins, bringing up the top 5.
Yep.
Miranda Chapa. Oh, yeah, actually, we'll down now. Yeah.
She was in 8th.
Yep, in 8th, yes. All right, let's get to what's coming up for the races. The remainder of the Ukiah winter schedule on the 22nd, of course, is going to be
This
Ukiah.
Saturday, be
This
at
Saturday.
Ukiah Speedway.
Ukiah Speedway, yes, right here at Ukiah at 1055 State Street.
Right over
Tentatively
there.
315, yeah, right over there. Hey, the ones that are watching don't know that, but we say
Yeah,
right
it's
over
right over there.
Right over
Trust me.
there, okay.
Right around the corner.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then March 1st is the final points race of that series, and they're crowning the champion, is my understanding, at Dixon for that weekend.
Yep, that'll
Yeah.
be at Dixon Speedway.
Yeah, yeah. I just saw
Racing starts at 4
Terry's head
o'clock.
explode when I said that.
Racing starts
What?
at 4 o'clock, folks.
Yes, racing starts at 4 o'clock. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about we have the actual schedule out.
Yep.
And to kick off the 2014 season, there is going to be a play day, 10 a.m. and a swap meet. This actually starts at 6 a.m.
Yep.
to 10.
Bring the
$20
stuff that you want to sell. Bring
Uh-huh.
your cash so you can buy new stuff.
Yes, and $20 for vendors and
Yep.
for car, and the pits are free. And I'm
Yep.
sure they're going to be doing the play days, like obviously when they get to race around the track. And
Well,
so
it's
if you've
practice day.
yeah,
Test
practice
and
day,
tune.
test and tune. But if you've never been to Dixon and you want to get a taste of what it's like, come out and watch the practice. Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and March 15th, Outlaw Kart and Speedway
Opening day.
Opening day, yes, Outlaw Kart, Speedway Kart, and Clone for Clone Race, and of course that's going to be the opening day for the Outlaw Karts.
Small cars.
Yeah,
March
and then again,
15th.
like I said, again, then they're alternating. On the 22nd, it will be the 600 micros, 3/4, 5/8 with a restrictor, so all of them in there are 250 micros, junior sprints, and mini stocks. And then on the 29th, Outlaw Karts with the Speedway and Clone Race for points race number 2. We're going to go into April. April 5th will be the 600 micro, 3/4, 5/8 restrictors, and the 250s junior sprints for points race number 2. All right.
So it's basically small cars 1 week.
Yeah,
big
they're
cars
doing
next
small
week.
cars in 1 week, and
Yep.
yeah. So we do have. I've been given this. David Fury gave me this. So the tentative. The schedule is out for the paved track. Now this is
For
tentative.
Ukiah.
Yeah, for Ukiah.
Right
We're
over
running
there.
with Ukiah and Lakeport. Yes, again, right over there. Ukiah and Lakeport. It will be a play day on Sunday on the 23rd. Friday is a test and tune. On the 28th, this is March. On March 28th, that'll be
Right.
for the test and tune. And then, of course, opening night, which is the 29th, is Bombers, Modifieds Legend, Bandoleros, and Jammers. All right, so do you know who we have on? You want to talk about who we have in next week?
We have one guest still to be announced.
Yes.
On
we still have
my
one guest to
part.
be announced for next
And
week,
then
yes.
who else do we have?
And then
Do you remember?
we'll go to our website to find out because
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah. Too busy getting ready for this show.
Yeah, we're
folks.
too busy getting ready for the next one. But I do know that on the 3rd, on March 3rd, we actually have the Kaisers on
Oh,
the show.
good.
Yes, for
Good.
March 3rd. Yep.
Which
and
ones?
Yeah, and of course Todd Kaiser,
Oh,
and
good.
of course we also have Marcus Hardina on the show too. So that's going to
Good.
be a lot of fun to see him on the show.
Good. We'll have to sit between the two of them. but,
Right.
they're friends.
Yeah.
As are most of us 600 microsprint drivers for some
Right.
crazy reason.
Right.
I
Well,
don't
before we
understand.
close out, actually we're going to.
Enemies on the track, friends in the pits.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to actually close out with one final commercial break. And to let you guys know to tune in right here, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And you can actually go to our website now,
Yes.
checkeredflagshow.com, to watch it. And then, of course, you can also go to our View Us for the entire archive. We did a major update this past
Anybody
That's
that
neat.
would like to help or allow us to help you grow your business, contact Ace
Thank
or
you.
myself. We have a wonderful opportunities right now to allow you to reach out to our 836,000
Yes,
loyal
by the way.
viewers. Thank
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah,
so
thank
very
you so
much.
All right. Well, that's our show. Until next week.
Bye, Mom. See you in the
Bye,
dirt.
Mom. Love you.
Bye, Mom.
Was that live?
Good job. Good job.
No.
Good job.
Thank you. Good job.
Battle by the Lake, Saturday, March 1st at the Lakeside Family Fun Center, located at 872 Lakeport Boulevard, also where pre-sale tickets are sold. For more information on ticket prices, call 707-701-1581 or visit www.PacificRampageWrestling.com. This show is also featuring all your favorite all-time superstars from California, such as the Golden Boy Dylan Drake, your favorite tag team, Pink Mink Inc., Will Rude, Marcus Lewis, Jekyll's the Jester, and many more of your all-time favorites. Pre-sale tickets are sold at the Lakeside Family Fun Center. This portion of the show is brought to you by Yaya's Coffee House, located in the Burns Valley Mall in Clear Lake, right next to Grocery Outlet. Yaya's Coffee House has all your favorite hot, cold, to blended coffees. Shelby and Ashley and the gang are happy to serve you with whatever your heart desires from their new hot-looking menu. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. Coming into Yaya's Coffee House for a family atmosphere today.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are back on air. Don't worry, you're not seeing things. Don't change that channel. Yeah, it really is us still on TV.
We're lucky enough to have a photograph brought by the PV houses of Jeff Gordon when he was a little shorter and had a few less wrinkles. So he's the one in the middle of that photo that you're seeing right now.
And this is
The
new.
smallest.
This is new. We just barely
New
got
news.
this handed to us.
Oh yeah, okay. So one of
Yeah,
the
one
PV
was my
houses.
brother Jeff. I'm not sure who's all in it. I think it might.
A blast from the past.
Yes. Gotcha.
Throwback.
Gotcha.
74, 5.
Oh, just like April Fool's.
That was
we weren't done
Sunnyvale.
yet.
It was a track called
Yeah,
Baylands.
we thought we were.
Oh, Fremont.
But Sunnyvale,
Oh,
California.
Baylands.
They had a quarter midget track.
We're going
Oh,
into
that was in
overtime
Hayward?
now, folks.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just
All right,
couldn't
thanks.
resist sharing this great
Yeah.
picture
Oh,
with
yeah.
you guys.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thanks to
absolutely.
the PV Houses for bringing that in.
No,
Yeah, and thanks to Terry DeCarlo for the photo bomb.
Yeah.
Gonna walk in our shot. Thank you so much.
now everybody,
How
everybody,
you gonna
can,
walk in our shot, man?
everybody can see a then and now picture of Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, like he does the photo bombing at
At
the
Dixon
Speedway, so why
Speedway,
wouldn't
every
he do it
chance
here?
he
Yeah.
gets.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well,
So.
now we really are going to close out and stay tuned next week. So we really are done.
We're practicing for April
We were
Fools.
practicing for April Fools. Yeah.
Maybe
All right.
April Fools will give you a Jimmy Bassler picture.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Racing quarter midgets.
Sounds
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline